Family Clinic.
Well, this is Prophetess Dr. Justina. I welcome you to this family clinic. If you have not followed me on this YouTube, please go and subscribe. Hit the notification button so that you will get every notification when we upload our new videos. And if you have not like, share. Make sure you are inviting someone. It's an exclusive program that is designed to heal family and restore marriage. Be an evangelist of this family clinic. Shalom. Catch our family clinic every Tuesday, 8 p.m. East African time on this channel.
Family Clinic. Healing families, restoring marriages.
Praise Jesus, praise Jesus. Today is another wonderful day in the house of the Lord. I want to welcome every one of you that has already tuned in. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for joining me this evening. I know that God is going to bless you with revelation and knowledge. If you have not invited your friend, please do it quickly so that we can share together and be happy with revelation. I always say this: revelation helps to remove foolishness and stupidity from the body of Christ. Many Christians believe that they can just live their life because they are Christian. They don't need to have some values around them. That's a lie. God always wants to see his children to be outstanding at all times. And in Family Clinic, we teach ourselves how to be a good family system, how to live in a family system, whether you are married, you are single, you are bringing up children like a single parent, or which category you are, raising godly children, all round family circles. That is what we do here. So I want you to know that it is in the mind of God that family prospers. That's why in Genesis, he started by creating all things and family was among it. Now today we have an interesting topic, according to me, why men need to have money. Why men need to have money. And I want to take it from the stand of God. I remember in the Bible, which you have read, how God created man and fixed man in the garden, employed man to do things for him. God made man responsible before giving a man a wife. Adam knows the east and west, everything about the garden was made known to Adam. And the Bible said he was made to keep it, to take care of it. It means that God was with him. God was showing him what to do. God was leading him on what he should do. So God prepared him to be responsible. God prepared him to be in charge. God created him to be the one. Even the woman was named by him. That is to tell you how God trusted him. We never saw God telling him the names of animals, but he was able to navigate in the archive of God to name those animals that God has created. And whatever Adam calls it, that is what it is until this day. So children of God, God is interested of having a responsible man in church and in the life of believers. So today we are going to be looking at why men needs to have money. Why men needs to have money. And if you have not told a brother, please quickly go and look for someone. They need to come, whether you are a Christian, a Muslim, you need to connect to hear this one. You need to connect to understand why it is important that you have money. We are not praying for broke brothers and broke sisters. We want to see the kingdom of God blossom. And for the kingdom of God to blossom, it is I and you who is able to make it a reality. So God is in the business of doing these prosperities. He's in the business of making sure that everything about us is in good order. I remember in the Bible when Jesus was moving with the disciples, we saw an encounter where he was confronted to pay tax. He didn't give excuses. He didn't tell them, I'm the son of the living God. So if you want to insult me, I can just change, I can just vanish, I can just do this and that. He didn't do that. He acknowledged that, yes, I'm on earth, and when I'm on earth, I should give what belongs to the earthly people, what belongs to them. Maybe the Pharisees and the Sadducees or the tax collector wanted to make an open shame about him, probably because he feels like he's moving east to west, moving up and down, and he wanted to test if he's able to be man enough, because during their time, paying taxes is what proves to them that you are man enough to do those things. And Jesus did it. He didn't pay just for himself. He paid for himself and the disciples. You can imagine such kind of the way the disciples would have felt. Like, wow, this is our master. He has what it takes. That feeling that makes you feel good. So God also wants to see it in us as Christians. He wants to see what you can do. What can you do? Male bradoze gede baruza gadoza. Mashanda rabazele brozo goboze gede gede. Ribaba zata labrozo gobaredeza. Let's just pray for a minute. Just wherever you are tuning in, just pray. Speak in the Holy Ghost. Mashanda rabazele bragadozia. Mazegede baro zata ya baragadoz. Rikata labaze de borobo zegede. Mazeta labazere bazogo borobo zigada. Rikato bo zegede baruza. Mashanda rabarabo zegede. Oh, Father, take preeminent. Take preeminent. Have your way, oh God. Have your way, O God. Have your way, O God. Have your way, O God. Let your name be glorified. Let your name be exalted. Let your name be highly lifted up, because you are God by yourself. Mashanda rabazegede. I pray that this revelation will bring understanding to the people, that the people will be able to take it and run with it, that the revelation will empower them, will increase them, will bring them to the point of understanding that as many that are struggling one way or the other, especially financially, and they are stranded, Lord, send angels of prosperity to them, that they may be able to gain their stand and become that which you desire them to be. So I want us to ensure that we comment, write your comments, write your questions, whether it is from this very topic or any other topic you feel you want to know something about. Please feel free to ask your questions, because I am ready for you by the help of the Holy Spirit. Why men need to have money? Number one reason why man needs to have money, that is the handsomeness of a man. It is the handsomeness of a man. In this modern world, women are not interested whether you are old, you are not old, you are this or that. They are not interested. Women are interested to know if you are handsome with cash. Do you have cash? Every lady, maybe this might come as a surprise, every woman out there, in their main desire is to have a man who has money. So when a man has money, that is what a lady calls handsomeness. Lady is not going to look at how handsome you are with your body built up. No, 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 no. You don't, if you go out on the street today, you will realize that the aged men who has money are actually dating the most expensive and classy girls. They are actually at the top of the games. Why? Because even if they are aged, well known, some of them are married and still married. Some have children twice the age of the same girls. Some are so ugly that you cannot even imagine you lie with this person. But do you know the funny part of it? They are handsome as long as they have money. That is what is in the mind of every woman. They can only get excited when they see you, not because you are so fine. No, it is your handsomeness. That is why the glory was upon Adam. Adam was contented. Adam was living a comfortable life. Adam had time for himself. Adam took care of the garden. That was his beauty. You don't say you are a man and you are not able to plan for yourself, and yet you become a problem to anyone who gets married to you or anyone who comes around your life. So if you want to really be handsome as a man, don't show us your six-pack. We want to see your bank alerts, your bank packs. That's what matters now. So if you are a man, stop wasting time checking yourself on the mirror. Start spending time thinking of how money can be put in your pocket, how money can be put in the bank, how money can be put to help you do the necessary things that God desires for you to do. That is your handsomeness, having money at hand, having money to do those things which society has bestowed on you, including God. You say you are the head. So God expects you to be handsome, not just handsome, but handsome with cash. Number 2, women gives you the respect that you deserve. When you have money as a man, women will give you the respect that you deserve. It is very difficult for you to see a woman who respects you and yet you don't have anything to offer. It is very difficult. Even if you are a Christian, you are a pastor's wife, pastor's husband, what. Even all that, it is very difficult. It takes the grace of God and a broken woman to have respect for you when you are not able to foot their bills. It is very difficult. So for a man to be out of money is for a man to struggle to get respect. Now you see some women today, your husband's name is, let's assume your husband's name is James. You see the way the woman will be called, James, where are you? James, James, James. Let that man make money. Honey, sugar, everything, lollipop, candy, every sweet things. You will even ask yourself, how come this woman knows this sweet name? What happened before? Poverty happened. Poverty did not allow her to call you the sweet name that you should have been called. Poverty did not allow her to treat you the way she should have treated you. So money brings you respect as a man. It accords you respect. Every woman around you you won't need to remind them, you know I'm the man, you know I'm the man. No, you don't say it. We can see. It is just there. By your doings, we are able to see that it is just there. You are reminding that woman because you are not meeting obligations. If you are meeting obligations, you won't need to stress yourself, to strain yourself, to remind her that you are the man. No. It is out of no money. That is where problem comes. But if there is money, Your bags, even if you ask the woman, go wait for me from the junction and ensure that you see me, they will do it. I don't know why women we are like that, but I think money must be among the material God created women with, because money pulls us to behave like sheep, not like goat. When there is no money, we behave like goats. But when there is money, tell us to jump high. Even if you are not serious, we just have to jump so that you know that we truly we are with you. It is a challenge, but it's our reality. Why men need to have money? It gives you the opportunity to rule in your life, in your marriage. It gives you the opportunity to rule. It is very difficult to tell a woman or to tell a society, I'm the man, and everything around you looks like you are not. And by the way, there are men who doesn't have money, they don't have character, they don't have morals, there is no value or discipline in them. Now, that's a complete waste. Because there are some men, they don't have money, but they have values and character and discipline. That when you look at those things, they are equivalent to money as for a woman. But what do you do when you are meeting a man with no money, no character, no discipline, no value, and he wants to rule over the family? What will you use to rule? Which discipline? Which method? You will be defeated. Even your children, our children live by observation. They observe their parent, they observe, they see if their father is just lazing around, if their father is just not doing nothing, the children will see. But if their father is putting effort and it's as if the effort is taking time, they will also know that yes, this man is trying, even if he has not made it to become the billionaire or millionaire, but he's really, really putting effort that is obvious and visible. Now, that's what we are talking about. You cannot rule when you don't have what it takes to rule. What gives you government is what you are able to meet. We call government by the taxes we pay to them and the things they do with those taxes. If they are not able to give us road, they are not able to give us amenities and all that, what happens? We start seeing them as bad government, because rulership has to do with spending the cash, circulating the cash. Let it flow from east to west, north to south. So it helps you to rule. Another thing money helps you to do, and why you need money as a man, it helps you to defend your family and your children. It helps you to defend your family and your children. Because if you are not having money, I can tell you your children and your family, including you, can really suffer intimidation, harassment, let down, abused, neglect, and it frustrates a man. Imagine you are at home, somebody comes in, insult your mother because she's not able to pay probably rent, and you are there, you are not able to eat, you are just hiding because now you don't even have what it takes to assist her. Do you feel pain? Yes, but you are not able to defend because money is not available. Even the Bible says money is a defense. It says don't love it, but it is a necessity to have money because it's a defense. There is no way money is a defense. You must have it to defend your family. You must have it to bring that protection, that completeness, to scare away some enemies that you don't even know why they are there. So God gives you that money so that you will be able to protect, to defend your family. There are some people, if you want to go fight them, you will just tell yourself, no, let me avoid this family. You know, this family will put you in trouble. Just avoid them. Why are you saying that? It's because you have been able to see that that family has money and they can defend themselves. Money helps you to defend yourself. It helps you to protect. Don't forget that as a man. Another thing money helps you to do is to educate and expose your family to real life. You see, many people don't understand that there is life that is real on earth. When a man is cash limited, your children might die with no social experience, no exploring and adventuring, and their education is also not even successful because no one to foot those bills. So that money you will need to have can make you to be a good father and a very good husband, especially in the mental health and the balancing of emotion for your children. Some children get worried, why don't we go for vacation? Why can't I enter plane? Why can't I enter train? Why daddy doesn't have a car? Why? These things are torment to children. You see, these days, you see many young guys, they are so interested in getting married than making money. It's because they don't understand. Even if you have faith, your faith can also bring you a lot of pain if you don't put things in place. There is what we call letting the cash flow. It's a thing that every man should desire to do, to ensure that the cash flows. If you don't have money as a man, your children becomes primitive. They will not know things. They will not have opportunities that they could have. And you will limit their opportunities of success. That is why God created everything that man needed before he created man, so that man will not be in lack. And if you look at when he blessed man, he did not just bless us, he was specific. Be fruitful. Increase in whatever I have put upon you. Multiply and take over, replenish, dominate, whether it is things on earth. And he gave us that fullness to exploit, because he understands as a true father. The Bible said that a good father leaveth inheritance for his children. Does it mean many Christians are not good fathers? Because how many Christian families surely are able to leave inheritance that is of value for their children? Many Christian families, either they are in court fighting for wealth that is not even there, wretched land that has been abandoned by ancestral fathers. You see, and Christian family, there is nothing to share. But go to other religions, you will see them keeping vast inheritance for their children. You will see some other religion inheriting their father's business, inheriting family business that has run in decades. But in Christianity, it's not like that. Why? Because we don't have that mindset for wealth. We are not wealth creative mindset. We always think that we are going to live in heaven, and that's the reason why we should not make an impact on earth. If you start doing a statistics of the richest people on earth, maybe Christians might not even come into that list as number 20. That's a very big tragedy. It's because we have narrowed our mind to just come out of school, get married, start having children that you cannot feed. You see, you struggle and struggle and struggle and struggle. You don't even, so you are just limited by your mind. Not that you cannot give yourself. What value is it for a man to get married at 28 or 30, and yet after getting married, you can't even be of usefulness to your children and to that wife? Your wife becomes a community wife. Everybody is donating money to feed your wife. Everybody is donating money to feed your children. And you expect your wife to be at her best behavior. How? No, that woman will be continually depressed, and she will always ask herself, why did I even get married to you? I know this language is a popular language in marriage. Poverty marriage. Most women always tell men, I regret getting married to you. It's because there is no person. It is a mistake I got married to you. Apana. If money comes now, that mistake, she will come and testify. It is not a mistake. It is poverty. So, children of God, we must be wise. We must be wise. We must get serious with our lives so that it will enable us as children of God to gain this understanding. Male brazo godo bariba zetaya. Ribo go zegedegede. You must get this understanding. Don't limit yourself as a man. Don't say because you are a Christian, you don't want to think big. Because some Christians believe that when they have too much money, it means that they won't make heaven. It's not true. The street of heaven is made with gold. If you have too much money, in Christianity, they say you have entered witchcraft or you are doing something evil. No. God is the owner of wealth. He said, ask of me to the uttermost part of the earth, and I will give it unto you for an inheritance. Child of God, change your mentality. Let me speak this today. If our men does not rise up to start dealing with the spirit of poverty, to start dealing with the spirit that limit their minds from achieving divine success, we will not be able to make a major impact. The gospel of Jesus Christ might not even go far, because who will take it far? It is you and I. If we don't make an impact that will enable that money to increase and to rise, automatically there is nothing we are going to be able to do. So please understand that there is our needs. They are not wants. They are needs. A man needs to have money. A man needs to, women will have money, good, but men, they need to have this money because it will help them to spread wings in territories. It will help them to cover divine places that God wants us to take over as Christians. If they say there will be no food for 10 years, I can assure you maybe other religions, we have people who will donate in their religion money to feed the less and the helpless. But Christians will die in hunger because those who have money will go and hide it more. They will go and bury it on the ground waiting for the last day, thinking that they will go with it in their grave, and yet it will be eaten up by monsters. What am I trying to say? It is not a joke. We must learn to be wealthy. We must cultivate the character to be wealthy. And that's why the Bible says, what is in your hands? What is in your hands? Most men, what is in their hands is their waste. Their waste of distributing sex. That is what they have. They wake up in the morning thinking of another woman that they can engage, another woman they can get involved with, so that will do ABCD for them. That's a big problem. You cannot have sex as the only source of money or as the creative source of wealth. It's not a sustainable business, brother. You need a business that is visible and sustainable. Dressing and looking good to attract women is good, but without cash, the woman will come into your life and beat you up. So there are many ways we can avoid certain things that happens in our life to enable us to become a better version of us. Male brado zegede baruzataya. Rikatobo zegedegedegede. I hope you are sharing and commenting. And if you have not invited someone, please do quickly. And if this is your first time, ensure to subscribe. Don't unsubscribe yourself if you have already subscribed. I want this platform to travel far. So market it, tell people about it, engage people to subscribe. Subscribing does not take anything from anyone. You don't pay for it. You just subscribe and like the video so that it can travel far. Now, because of time, let me start looking at the questions that has been written to enable me. Marabo zegede baruzataya. Mashekata labo zede baruzegede gede. Rakatobo zegede baro zegede baragadoza. Mashede bozi bradila gado zegede. Rada baragada gada. Mashede barodo zagadele bradia. Am I there? I want to be sure I have the questions. Masekata labazagados. Rabazagadagada. Aha. Mama, what is your take on 50-50 type of relationship Should the bills be split equally? These are signs of financial limitation. When a man has lesser fund and the woman has fund, there is nothing wrong sharing it 50-50, because the Bible says two become one. If there is enough money, the man will not, no, let me say this, no man actually wants money from a woman sincerely. Because the moment women start giving men money, most time women will take advantage and begin to ride on them if they are not careful enough to protect themselves. So naturally, a good man who has value for themselves, they feel very ashamed to engage on money transaction of please give me with a woman. It affects their self-esteem. It is those boys who are already used to, they are already becoming Julius beggars. They beg for a living. That is the ones that have the full boldness to create the way they should even take your money without your apology. So when your man is not financially capable, it is all right to share 50-50. But bear it in the back of your mind. If it's a man who is capable and yet he feels like you have to share because he feels it's right for you to share, now he has a problem for himself. But it is okay, especially if he's a faithful man. Mama, what would you advise a man who is not there financially yet? He wants to marry a lady who is classy and expensive. That is close to grave. If you want to marry an expensive woman who is not willing to compromise her beauties and so many things, for instance, you will be ready. Either it will be a relationship of maybe, I don't want to use a wrong word. Let me say, be careful with that relationship, because some women don't know how to go down. Some can go down when you are down. When you are up, they can also go up. Some of us don't know how to go down kabisa. They only want to remain up. And when you can't maintain them up, they start living a life that will bring you shame and embarrassment. So I will always advise a man, don't rush into it because you feel she's expensive and that is your motivation, and you don't have what it takes to meet the value of that expense. You will be putting yourself in depression and consistent torture. But if the woman is a woman who is flexible, then you are okay. Marabo zegede baruzataya. Mama, as a wife, how can you treat your husband as a king, yet he does not carry himself like a king? Like the things he does and the way he talks does not allow him to be honored as a king. Okay, we have foolish king also, even if he's a king. There are kings who are kings and they are foolish. It's all about what I can tell. Don't allow people to change you if you are a good person. If you are a nice woman, you know how to treat him as a king. Don't allow him to pollute you to become what you are not. You better impress him to change him than to allow him to destroy your values. So what you do is sit down and talk to this man if he's a man who you can communicate with. If he's not a man who you can communicate with, the first thing you should do is to create a method. Create a method that you can be able to put him in that place of check. Because there are some, okay, let me give a kind of an illustration. You see, there are some husbands who talks too much. When people comes into the house, oh, they want to say everything. You are doing them like this. They are saying, the more you do them like this, they say, what is it? Allow me to be myself. And you are like, oh my, now this is it. And you don't know how to control that. That can be very embarrassing. You see, what we normally say during marriage counseling, if you have a man who behaves funny, two of you should have an agreement on a method to communicate. So meaning, you can agree that if you start passing your boundary, I will do like this. He will know that you have told him you are passing your boundary. Then there are many methods. Some of them you will say, give me water to drink. Some you just say, you must have agreed with him. For me to help you control yourself when we go outside, so that you will know when you are exceeding a boundary, I'm going to scratch my throat, or I'm going to ask for water, please. Then you will know that stop what you are saying is not making sense, or you are oversaying it. Husband and wife, we do a lot of these things. If you have a husband who has a childish attitude and yet they are man. Imagine no money, no character, no discipline, no value, total waste. My daughter. Mama, how can you advise a man that is suffering from the spirit of scattering and it's affecting his finance? Go for deliverance. When you have the spirit of scattering, go for deliverance. There is nothing the name of Jesus cannot do. Acknowledging that you have it and dealing with it is what will help you to overcome it. But having it and sitting down and pretending it's not there, you will die with it. We must go for deliverance. You can do self-deliverance. You can cultivate a kind of character that will help you to check, to put yourself on a check. It is very important to do so. Marabo zegedegede. Mama, on the topic of money, is it okay to give your spouse to pay your own bride price? Now, I don't think it is 100% okay. If your bride price is 100,000, it's good for him to, if he has to borrow, let him borrow. Wherever he will get, like even if he's 30, you can support him. Because if you give him money to pay your bride price, you see, in marriage, there are times where we sit down and abuse ourselves. For those who are not yet married, they might not know this. But couples, there are times we sit down and we start abusing ourselves. Idiot, I regret marrying you. Did I even marry you? Is it not you that paid your diary? You forced me. When you get to that stage, you will regret giving him the money. So let him do something you can support. Don't just take it upon yourself to say, no. Let him go and borrow. You rather pay the money he borrowed to pay your diary than to give him the money wholeheartedly that it is for my diary, go pay. I don't think it is wise enough. Mama, what can a woman do if the man does not want her to work, yet he is not providing enough? That's the man with jealousy. He has a character problem. You have to pray for him that God will deliver him from self problem. He has his own personal issue, and those personal issues cannot allow him, because he feels inadequate or he feels insecure, that if you go out there you might meet better people than him and they can convince you to go into a relationship with them, and he will lose you completely. So he rather choose to be poor than allowing you to go. That's wrong. Marebo zagado le bradi bradoza. Mama, what should you do when your spouse is always giving you a fixed amount of money? If something is 200, he will give you 200, yet he does not want you to work. That is a very big challenge. Because if you keep doing that, especially some, you see, like ladies, we have our monthly circles. So how do you deal with that? If he's a man that is talkable, you talk with him. But I don't think it is fully ideal for a woman to stay with not doing anything. The burden will be too much and you don't have what it takes to carry the family. It is not wise, brothers and sisters, to cage your wife. You see, marriage is not a death sentence. Marriage is two different people living with different visions and passions. So you have the right to pursue your vision. I have the right to pursue my vision. You don't swallow me up in your vision if I don't want to be in that vision. So you must understand, if I want to be in your vision, glory to Jesus, then I can support you. If I don't want to be in your vision, now, and that vision is a sensitive one, let's assume as a pastor, and your husband does not want to be a pastor. You see, society is your problem, not you. Society will mock at you. Society will fight you. Society will think that you are a failure because your husband is not a Christian or not a pastor and you are. But it's not supposed to be like that. It's because society always tries to put a lot of burdens upon pastors, as if pastors are superior beings or they are created in one way I don't understand. Your husband, if you are a pastor and it takes you 5 years to convert your husband, have peace in it. Because probably when you started your pastoring, your husband never saw that version of you. If he needs time to be converted, pray as you trust God. Don't fight. Don't fight. Society is the one who puts that pressure on women that brings those things. So don't stay, I'm a fool wife. Fool wife. What are you fooling wifing? No, I don't support that. Mama, what should you do if your man is poor in managing money and yet he is too proud to allow someone to teach him? Hey, God, that's a very big problem. You don't know how to make and you know how to spend. Oh, my God. I wish they can allow us to flog them. I wish they can allow us to flog them. How do you spend money that you can't make? That's very bad. But it is a reality, I can tell you that. Not even some men, all men. If you give a man 10,000 to go out with, if he return 3,000 or 5,000, he's a prudent man. Very many of them. If you ask them, what did you do with the money? I don't know. I did not carry any woman, they will tell you. I buy this, I buy this. Because they will not price. They will buy everything. They want to drink water, they go buy the expensive water as if there is energy extra put in that water. They want to eat cake, they go. So they overspend. They are not checking label, they are just picking. But women are checking label, already conversant to what is okay for their financial strength. You can tell your husband to go buy ordinary tissue and he will go and buy purified tissue. Now, what do you do with it if you don't have the money to buy purified tissue? The man does not know the difference. What he knows, he has got you tissue. That's now your problem. So when you have such kind of a man, you avoid them having too much money. Be very, especially if he brings you in his planning agenda. Be very, very good in telling him, let's do this. Give him a focus so that he can channel his focus in that assignment. Because they will always tell you, I did not do anything with it. Did you see me buy clothes? Did you see me do this? And did you see them? You did not. But they have given somebody 1,000. And they forgot, when you remove 1,000 from 10,000, it is no longer going to be a round figure. They don't care on that. So you must learn how to not allow them. When they get that money, before the money comes, once they tell you, I'm expecting, tell them, come. Let's plan before it comes. If you are lucky and he listens, that's good for you. But if they don't listen, you need more prayer to trust God on their behalf. Mama, when a man becomes broke after marriage, what should the wife do to keep the marriage alive? Support him. The energy of the money you ate when he was rich, use it to support him. Because there is a raining day he has stored for you. Now he has to enjoy with you. But because he got broke does not mean he won't rise again. Whatever that made him broke, he should stand on his feet again and keep running. We will always meet jams. We always meet situations. It will never make us go backward. It will give us strength to continue pursuing. So support him financially if you have. Support him morally. give him enough sex, it will make him to forget his sorrow and think to work more. Mama, this is off topic. How can a woman handle a very good friend who is a lesbian? Oh my goodness. It is difficult. If she's a lesbian and she wants you, the only way you can manage is to avoid. Because once they spot you and want you, you can be frustrating them while they are buying time to see that they will gain you within a time. And if they are not able, they can really fight you badly. They can be very destructive. So if you notice that someone is a lesbian, an active lesbian, and you know you are not ready to participate because it's a sin, or you have now known, maybe you were participating before, but you did not know the gravity of the sin, now you know. Avoid repeating it again with that person. The moment you avoid repeating it again, automatically that person can start giving you attitude. When they start giving you attitude, start avoiding until you disconnect from them with a lot of wisdom. Don't make them feel like you are judging them, but use wisdom to depart. Mama, how often should a guy gift a girl, a lady who they are dating, married to? Even how often should a man take the lady out if he is financially stable? You can't equate that. There are people who likes going out and there are people who doesn't like going out. If you are an outgoing person, please go and as many as your spouse wants you to go. If you are not an outgoing person, enjoy yourself in different things that he will bring at home. But that one you cannot measure it. It is individual differences. Mashe de baradozia. Makato le brazibra do le brazegedegede. Mashada baraba zagadagada. Rabozo goborogodogodogodo. Riba zele braduza tayana mazele braduza. Mama, is it okay to walk out of the relationship when the man is in a menace? Also, when he complains about everything you buy as expensive and wastage of money. If you are dating a man who does not understand fashion and maybe quality, he can have problem with your style of purchase. But you don't just walk out on people because of that. Because if he's your real man, if that's the man God has given to you, you must try to understand and tell him, please don't mind, I'm not going to ask you for money to buy these expensive things. I am capable of buying them. Allow me to use them because I love them and I'm not asking you for money. And if there is any need you need and I'm able to meet up and we're already married or we are about to, please let me know. If I can add support, I can add support. Just make it clear. Don't become a zombie because someone does not want to be great. Mama has scattered my kingdom just like that. Really? Oh my. Mama, is it wrong for a lady to deny a man who she thinks is not ready, capable to provide for her well, or it's this? No, you don't refuse men because they don't have money. You ask him, what is your plan for money? What future plan do you have? Because people might not have money immediately. You see, there is no age for money. There are some people who their money woke up by 20. Their money woke up by 25. Because probably they are from a good family where they have an inheritance and someone to support them to move forward. And also there are unfortunate people who they have idea but they don't have money. So it's a tricky thing. What I always tell every woman, never marry a man who is dreaming, who has a dream that he cannot fulfill. You ask a man who is living or squatting with a friend, what kind of business do you want to do? He say, I want to buy a ricotta. I want to buy an aeroplane, a private jet. My dear, is it normal? Has he ever seen plane? That's a dream. You must start from a point of where your standard is. Don't dream dreams that makes me smile and I will never achieve it until I die. He should be able to tell you these are the kind of small steps I can take as I plan for a future plan. This is my future target. But for now, this is how I intend to start to get to where I'm going. A man who does not have a realistic goal is a stupid man. And if he has money without a goal, he will become poor before you know it. So always allow them to have the goal so that you will enjoy life with them. Business, drugs, and yet that is the only source of money. That's a very big temptation. Especially if you are a child of God and you know that that area of business is not defiling to the kingdom of God. What I can tell you, put that man in prayer and start planning with him. Whenever there is money in his hand from those drugs or whatever business, encourage him to start something legitimate. Because if you use drug as a case study, drug is a cartel. You don't just walk out on those cartel because there are information and networking systems they have entrusted in your hand that if you try to frustrate them, they can come after you and that family. So that person must be very, very smart to build something legal so that the wife can even be managing and he protect his family. Then gain a sweet ground to relocate, maybe relocate from that networking. But you need to support him in prayer and don't condemn him because he didn't start that business as a Christian. Probably he started it as a pagan. So some things take time to go. Mama, is it truth? Is bitter for some people. Men are not asking questions today. Oh, it is well. They need to. This truth is bitter for someone. I know. God will help them to understand. What I want is knowledge. I think now they got the knowledge. It will enable them to go prepare themselves so that our men should stop thinking that women need only good sex. Good sex is good. Also, finance is evil. Some women can stay with you 1 year without sex and they might not disturb you. They will be shopping as their sex. They will be traveling as their sex. They will be spending your money as their sex. But I'm not praying for that for anyone. My prayer is that let this inspire the men to know that life is demanding that they have money. It's a demand on them. It's a need on them. It's not a decision for them. Everything around them can go bad when they don't have money. But when they have money, they can lessen their pain and their issues of life. Mama, what should you do if your man maybe have enough money, not too much, and he is the firstborn in his family, so he has so many responsibility financially to the point he forgets about you? He's not serious. How can he forget about you? The Bible says 2 are 1. If you are with him as one, he can't forget himself. So you can also teach people. There are what we call family pressure. Some families are very bad. They can pressure you till you lose your mind or die. So when a man, before the Bible said, leave your family, cleave to your wife, before you get into marriage, ensure that you have been able to set up yourself in a way where you will not be so dependent on. So you can prepare something. If your mom or your father are capable, you can try to see what you can set up for them, and if you are able to do likewise. But if you are not able to do likewise, don't share all you have with your family and leave your immediate family. Your immediate family is your responsibility 100%. Your extended family, they need your support as you have that money. But your parent is your responsibility. Marabo zegede barusataya. Are we there? Mama, how do you handle a situation where your in-laws are accusing you of wasting your husband's money, yet the man knew you are the high maintenance from the start? You see, I don't know, this issue about mother-in-law, father-in-law, children-in-law, sister-in-law, it's a tragedy. I don't know if it's because in Genesis, Adam and Eve never had in-laws. Since we start having in-laws, what is their problem when I'm spending my husband's money and yet they have their husbands? The problem is we have missed so many things as Christians and as people on earth. I don't know where we inherit these doctrines that we practice as traditions. Parents-in-law are supposed to have a boundary they shouldn't cross. You can only accuse a woman of wasting your husband's money if they are coming to you with their burdens. But if I don't bring my burdens to you, you are not paying my children's school fees, you are not paying my accommodation, we are not living in the street, you are not hearing things about me that is negative, you shouldn't start fighting. It is wrong. We should learn. If your sister is being married or you are being married or someone is being married to your family, learn to mind your business. Stay out of people's things. If your brother chooses to take a Delilah, allow him to remove his eye. The only thing I can advise, if your brother had mistakenly married a devourer, because there are some women, they come into a man's life when the man is already stable. They don't know how to help the man to increase. They only know how to eat and invite people to come and eat. No, those are the kind of women you should go and confront. Not confronting them to fight with them, to help to advise them. That look, you see, when you advise them and they refuse to listen, when they fall, they will not look for you for help. So that's the wisdom in it. We don't have question because we don't have money. Oh, that's a true stone, eh? Mama, is it wrong to ask your husband to build a house for your parents when I did not see what is there, yet he has not built a house for his own parents? Or is that wickedness? Okay. If the parents has a house and your parents does not have, and the house of the parents is okay, it's okay for him to build for your parents, especially if you are working together and he has the money to do so. But if his parents does not have, your parents does not have, what you people will do is to plan it. You will plan that after 2 years, we'll build for your mother, especially if the man is the source of income. We will build for your family. After another 2 years or 3 years, we will build for my family. You see, have that an agreement. So you build for your family, you buy land for your own family. When you finish doing that one, you cross over and start this one. It is not a must that you must fight to own it if the man is not capable to produce it. You see, we must learn to protect our husband, also to protect their family. So don't push too hard when you know he doesn't have it. Even if your parent is pushing very hard on you, try to let them know that you are not there to kill him. You are there to protect his interests because you also have children with him. So try to protect his interests. But the bottom line of today's teaching is that our men, whether you are a Christian or which denomination, wake up and look for money. Don't assume that you just need to finish school, that your parent has paid school fees for you to finish school, then you just start planning to get married, or you start impregnating women and start calling relatives to pay your children's school fees. That's high level of irresponsibility. Plan yourself. Plan yourself. It is not good to bring children into this world and you are not able to take care of them. So you must plan yourself. Let me tell you, having a child is not pride though. Having a child is expensive. You can sleep without food, but your child cannot sleep. People will not even know anything about you. So you must understand this reality that faces us as parents. So don't just wish to have a woman because the Bible says bed don't defile, and you don't want to commit fornication. You are looking for having a wife as an escape of committing fornication. You should be ready to go for laboring kind of job. It will be honorable for you as a man to raise money to feed your family. So be mindful. Be mindful and wishing to have that grace. Marebo zede baruzataya. Rakata barado zegede baruzatele brazibrado zegede. Rikata labo zanda baiba rose de baruze kete bazaya. Rebobo zegede baroze gede gede. Mashanda rabazele brazigado. I know that God is with you and God will give us wisdom. So brothers in the house, don't settle for less. Christians brother can own Bugatti. Christian brothers can have Rolls Royce. Christian brother can have private jets. Christian brothers can have a conglomerate. You can be the next brigade. You can be the next anything you wish to be. God will support you, but you are the one to take the step, feel the pain, stand strong, and become what you wish to be for yourself. So never give up. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. You must keep pushing, that God's name may be glorified in that areas of your life. May God bless you, empower you, and keep you safe. God bless you, empower you, and keep you safe. Don't forget, money is a defense. It's a defense. We all need it, male or female. God bless you. Shalom, shalom, shalom.